just after the Windows 10 for desktop was released for consumer preview by Microsoft, they announced that Windows 10 for phones will be available to the users by 2015. And since the news that Windows 10 will be available for phones, the fans started asking whether all the devices running the Windows 8.1 platform currently will be able to get the Windows 10 version, and Microsoft replied by announcing that Windows 10 is an upgradable from Windows Phone 8.1. So now the point is how Windows 10 will look like. I mean, there have been so many concepts of Windows 10 in YouTube streaming around, with many able designers making Windows 10 concepts. Now this here is an application that you can find on the Windows Store that lets you emulate the Windows 10 concept. So let's get to it and see how it is. Now this application is downloadable from the Windows Phone Store, and it's developed by a developer called Sparkion. I pretty much liked how they gave us an experience of the Windows 10 OS for phones. Now this is the application. Now let's dive into the application. So actually, for the first time, if you're using it, it actually gives you some tutorials on how to use it. But since I already have seen the tutorials, I'll be not going into that. First of all, let's change the wallpaper from here. We have wallpapers. Let's set this, how about this one? Yeah, that should be fine. Now let's launch the concept. So let's launch the concept. Now it's launching up Windows 10. Now this is the basic start screen which they have provided with the Windows 10 concept. As you can see, it shows time, date and day over here. That is the top one, instead of the Windows 8 version where you have it all here, and you have some notification. Actually, I think this is some kind of interactive notification, because this is WhatsApp's notification, this is your missed call, and this is your Windows 10 message, I think, SMS, I think. Anyway, this is different from the Windows 8, as you can see. Now, same mechanism as usual, swiping up, and here you have it. A difference from the usual Windows 8 live tiles you have. I mean, there is a background image, not the same as Windows 8. In Windows 8 and 8.1, or 8.1 actually, you have the background image in a way that you are seeing it through the tiles itself. It makes the tiles windows. Now that was an actual concept. Now in the Windows 10 concept, you can see that actually the wallpaper is in the background. Instead of the blackish or whitish area in the Windows 8.1 version, you have the background image, and the tiles are actually being made transparent, which actually blurs them. If you can see, my camera is not capturing it pretty well, but if you're able to see, you'll be seeing that this the area where the tiles appear are actually more blurrier than the yeah, you can see. Okay, now you can see. If you can see that the area where the wallpaper comes behind the tiles are much more blurred than the other areas where the wallpaper appears. So that's a kind of a cool effect. Actually, I like this concept more than the Windows 8.1. I don't know if you guys are going to like this, but if you do, comment on the section below. And you can see this is navbar, although I have one right over here. Anyway, so it's kind of cool, and you can see that there's a new tile size instead of this one, and the horizontal one we find in the Windows. For example, instead of this sized and this size and this size, these are the three sized tile sizes that we find in Windows 8.1. But here in Windows 10 you have 1, 2, 3 and the usual four tile sizes. Actually, that's kind of cool. And apart from that, here the developer has also given us a chance to experience how some applications will look like. For example, Internet Explorer. If you open it up, Internet Explorer. If you open a tab, this is the default view of the Internet Explorer. Tapping on here brings about more options from here: download, speed, more favorite, new tab, home, search, etc. Now that is pretty cool. I'm still having trouble doing this while looking through the camera. And another thing he has changed in the concept is the settings itself. Now you can see the settings is much more organized. You have things organized under networks, device, personal, and other. Under networks you have things such as Wi-Fi, airplane mode, Bluetooth, cellular plus SIM, etc. In the device you have start theme, lock screen, ringtones, etc. In the personal you have location, email accounts, backup date and time, language, region, etc. And in the other section you have phone update, about, rates, extra plus info, etc. So that is pretty neat compared to the usual Windows 8.1 settings we have, because it's much more organized. I mean, I would rather prefer an organized settings than an unorganized one we currently have in Windows 8.1. I'm sure that most of you would like to have an organized settings menu. Now another thing he changed, that instead of pulling the notification from like this in Windows 8.1, all he did was changed actually. Instead of pulling this one, he used another mechanism where the start button, you can see tapping and swiping down brings the notification. You can see that. I'll show you once. Tapping, swiping down, tapping, swiping down, tapping and swiping down. If you do this clearly, since I'm recording through the camera, I'm having trouble actually. Come on. Okay, there you go. So that's how it is, and you have airplane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notification quick tiles here instead of the 4 that we usually have. So we have airplane mode, Wi-Fi, camera, Bluetooth, and location, and you can see that it's much more organized than the ones we have. I mean, music if it's playing currently, and on the Facebook you have the Facebook application. You can clear them just like in Windows 8.1, swiping to the sides or by pressing the clear all, but it's not actually working in the concept. And swiping up will take away the notification away. Now another change he made in the concept is the app list. Swiping to the sides brings you the app list, but instead of the usual app list that is by alphabetical order, you have apps arranged according to the most used apps and the moderately used apps. You can see that the most used apps here are WhatsApp, Facebook, and UC browser, and these are the apps. Anyway, so it's arranged like that, so nothing on the left. So that's pretty neat. And you have multitasking. If you press the back button, you have multitasking, and usually in Windows 8.1 when you press the back button, multitasking is this way. The start screen comes in the middle and you have to swipe to this side to see the application. But in this one, the start screen comes in the middle and you have to swipe to the sides. So that's how it works in Windows 10 concept, and you have to swipe down to close it. So that's a pretty neat Windows 10 concept. So that is a pretty neat and extreme awesomeness of Windows 10 we have over here. I personally liked how this developer designed Windows 10 concept for a Lumia or Windows Phone device. Actually, I loved how the background image looks, instead of the windowed mode. Actually, I loved Windows 8.1 start theme, but I hated, the black lines coming in between each of the transparent tiles. But still, this is much better than the Windows 8.1, and also some of the notification that appeared in the lock screen as well as the action center were much more clearer and much more extremely awesome than the Windows 8.1. I even liked the settings menu, which was much more organized in the Windows 10 concept. So those of you who want to test out the Windows 10 concept, at least this application, you have time to do that. You can download the application from the Windows Phone Store and install it on your phone and try it out yourself. So if you guys do want to see this work, how it works, and feel how Windows 10 might become or might look like in the future, I will be sharing the link in the description below. You guys can download the application if you want. So if you guys like the video, do subscribe to my channel and like the video, and also comment on what you guys think of this developer, that is Sparkion's concept for Windows 10. So remember, I will be leaving the download link for the application in the description below. You guys can download it anytime you want. So thanks for watching. This is Tech Hype signing.